Hello, everyone. How are we all doing today? Today is Thursday, January 16th, 2014. The other night on Tuesday, Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had another pretty good episode. It was the 12th episode of the season, titled Seeds. And, well, let's just say this episode was very centered towards Fitz and Simmons, mainly Fitz, um, but about how they started off, because most of the episode was uh, shot at the Shield Academy, actually. And we've been hearing about the Academy a lot for the past couple of weeks, and we got, like I said, we got to see where Fitz and Simmons actually, started their careers as, geniuses, basically. Um, so the episode starts off with some kids and at the academy, and they got attacked while they were in the pool as it was freezing over, and that gets to the team's ear, and four of that Sky, Ward, Fitz, and Simmons go on their own down to the academy to investigate this attack, while May and Coulson actually have their own agenda. They go off somewhere else into the world, um, to where it turns out they go to Mexico City to investigate more into Sky's past and her history and where she comes from. So while they're down there, the other four are down at the academy, and like I said before, Fitz and Simmons. It was very centered around them in this episode. We always knew that they were, very looked up to, and they were the youngest kids to graduate from the academy in their time. So they're like the popular kids when they showed up, basically. And we really see that when they're making a speech and everyone's so intrigued to see these two kids, coming to the student body and talking to them. And during the speech, actually, a kid by the name of Donnie Gill, I'll get to him later on, he's actually attacked separately during the speech and gets turned to like a block of ice, basically. And it was kind of a hint to, like, it kind of looked like, Iceman almost. So that was actually kind of interesting. We got to see sort of an X-Men thing in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So, anyway, during the speech, Donnie was attacked and turned to a block of ice, and thankfully Ward and Sky were able to find the device and destroy it to save this kid. Now, also, like I said, Agent May and Coulson headed down to Mexico City to find a man by the name of Richard Lumley. Turns out he was also a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent and partner to a Linda Avery, who was actually the woman, who dropped off Sky at the orphanage. And they find Lumley, and there was this great kick-ass fight scene between him and Agent May. Obviously, every fight scene Agent May is in, it's spectacular and very well put together. So, this Lumley guy, he knows about Sky's past, and, May and Coulson confront him, and he tells them, that there was a mission back, 24 years ago with an 084, and turned out to be Sky herself. And he warns them that, this girl's dangerous, and this girl got his whole team killed, including Avery herself. So, it was a huge eye popper. And just absolutely crazy for the truth to finally come out. But at the academy, Fitz actually goes to Donnie to see how he's doing, and he sees that Donnie is working on some sort of power source for one of his ideas. Turns out, not only Donnie, but one of his best friends, turns out they staged these attacks completely on their own to lure Fitz and Simmons, because they knew that Fitz and Simmons from S.H.I.E.L.D. would come to investigate the attack, and they wanted to lure them into helping them fix this power source to create this weather machine, basically. And so the kids are being funded by someone high up, and turns out it's Ian Quinn, the same guy we saw Sky with in one of the very first episodes called the Asset episode, where we saw Sky in a gorgeous red dress. Ooh, I'll always remember that. Sorry. And yeah, it turns out that Quinn wants to buy this machine from these two kids, but he wants them to demonstrate on how great it is. And they make this huge hailstorm. It's a hurricane, really. And, it goes wrong, and the Donnie's friend, the other kid, actually gets hurt and, doesn't make it, really. So, fortunately, Coulson and the whole team save Gil, and they destroy the machine. But send Gil, or Donnie, I should say, to what we know as the sandbox, where he will be watched over, And we see towards the very end that Donnie, during the demonstration of his machine, looks like something happened to him. And I'll get to that in a minute. And not only that, but Coulson starts talking to May, saying, I told Sky about her past and she's devastated. But he believes that her journey isn't ending here. It's only just begun. So clearly we're going to see more of a character development in Sky. For sure. So, as I said earlier, Donnie Gill, something happened to him during the demonstration. I'm not going to say what, but you're going to have to check it out yourself. And I did some research on him after the episode, and it turns out he's a big Marvel villain by the name of Blizzard. That's all I'm going to say. And turns out he actually works for He works for Hammer Industries. We all know who Hammer is from Iron Man and all that stuff. So it was pretty crazy to see, more Marvel villains to come into play. So the post-credit scene was Coulson got a hold of the contact information of Ian Quinn and, basically calls him and threatens him, you ever cross, lines with S.H.I.E.L.D. again, we're going to shoot you down, basically. And, Ian Quinn has a counter offer to that, and he says, the clairvoyant says hi, basically. So, clearly, Ian Quinn is in league with Centipede, and, that's never good. And so, a lot of stuff is happening all at once. The next episode, the 13th episode, will be returning on February 4th. It's a lot with Agent May going undercover on a train. And we get to see a very, very special guest appearance, everyone. If you watch the promo, you'll know exactly who. He's a legend among legends in the comics universe. That's all I'm gonna say. And there is a chance that someone may die. I'm not sure. That I'm just gonna have to watch the promo. So, other than that, I will be heading out later on tonight. I will be also putting up my Arrow review. I just have to watch it because I missed it last night, unfortunately. So, yeah. Have a good night, everyone, and I'll see you later. Bye.